better than us!
Your home for the best sports coverage in Utah. You're listening to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We are live today from Belliston Jewelry, right across the street from Weber State University. So easy to find. And, of course, they are the title sponsor of our next guest's appearance on the show each and every week. Of course, Belliston designs and manufactures fine jewelry right here in Utah. Discover the new Belliston Love Collection, exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Belliston Jewelry, locally made just for you, cherished for generations. He's the head coach at Weber State. He's Brent Myers, kind enough to join us right here at Belliston. Thanks for coming over,
Hey,
Coach. It's good to see you.
Great. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me.
All right, a weekend. How you doing?
Oh, as I told the players last week when everything kind of went down, I told them, I said, guys, I'm kind of drinking from a fire hose, so be patient with me because a lot of stuff to handle, and I've been a career assistant coach, and so you handle your position and your specific jobs that you do for the head coach. But being the head coach, you just don't worry about the position group. You got to handle, as I say, the forest, not just the trees. So it has been different, and it's there's a lot more to it than most people know,
Well, obviously, the best difference is you get to come across the street and talk to us here at Belliston. But no, kind of add on to what you learned from the game against Idaho State. We can talk about, what you're taking from it from your players, but what did you learn from the experience?
Well, the one thing that I kind of learned is that there's a huge role that the head coach plays in game management. When to call timeouts, when to go for it on fourth down, when to call fakes, etc. And my personality is very aggressive, and so in the game we called quite a few special teams fakes, but they didn't give us the looks that we wanted, so we had to kind of check out of them. But that's all a part of the game. And then you have penalties, and do you challenge risking a timeout, when to go for it on fourth down, etc. Those are all things that you have to manage. And difficulty for me is I'm trying to manage the offensive line too, and the adjustments we had to make during the game. And so I was doing double duty, and I got to balance them both, which that's one of the things I learned is I got to do a really good job of relying on my leaders in my group to make the adjustments they see on the video, and then be able to make suggestions special teams wise, defensively, that kind of thing, to be the game manager, I guess.
Is it enjoyable?
Yeah, I actually did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the result, but the that part of it is the mental part, and I enjoyed the mental part of it. I did.
The parking spot's probably better.
You know what? I'm still parking in my parking spot.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Do you need to ride back to campus after that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, no, we're walking. No, I'm just kidding.
So on the field, what do you take? Because I'm sure you want to finish things up with a win, especially at home. So on the field, what do you take from the Bengals game, and what adjustments do you make going into the game against Northern Arizona?
Well, we tried to be a little bit less predictable. It was an interesting game because their defensive coordinator has been with us forever. And Grant Duff and I are very, very close friends, along with colleagues, and he knows what we do offensively, and we kind of knew what he was doing defensively. So it was a very, very different game in that regard. What I take from it is we got to start faster, whether it be defensively or special teams or offense. We've got to not be shocked and handle any adversity that comes. That's another part of it. We got a pretty young team, and that is an ongoing process, which I only get 2 weeks, so I got to do the best job I can to get those kids to react right away when things go good or they go bad. And I tried to emphasize something I do with my guys all the time is it's always next play mentality. Whether it's good or it's bad, you got to flush it and you got to move because you can never get it back. The past play, you got to go forward. And I'm really, really trying to emphasize that with them so that they can deal with what's next, not what's the scoreboard. And that's hard for a young guy because you see the scoreboard, and if you're behind, there's always a little bit of level of panic. And then conversely, on the other hand, if you have the lead or you have it by a score or two, there's the tendency to relax, which you can't. And so that's the emphasis that I've been kind of pushing with them.
Well, how do you – these kids have faced obviously a lot of adversity now over the last couple of weeks. How do you make sure the seniors get their dues, on what's going to be senior day here and how important that is for those kids?
The effort level from us as coaches and the effort level from those that are not seniors to send them out with the best effort we can put forth. And that's kind of been my message. My message yesterday before we went out to practice was we've got to do it for them because they've been here and they've been loyal. And in this day and age, that's, how do I say?
Unique?
Unique. Yeah. That's a very good word. Yeah, it's true.
Coach, I'm in my mid-40s, and like most people in their mid-40s, I have totally lost faith in the younger generation and what they're all about. And you get to interact with that generation on a daily basis, and I say this half kidding because you told us a really wonderful story about one of your players and prioritizing the degree in life after football. And Ben and I get stuck talking about NIL and money and all this stuff all the time. And I guess my question to you is, do young people still prioritize education and getting bettering their lives and things like that used to be important in college sports seemingly? And I don't mean to be cynical, but you get to talk to young people. Are they still prioritizing the right things?
We have been very fortunate that we have recruited because of our academic restrictions that we have here. You have to have almost a 3-point core GPA to be able to be an athlete here at Weber State. So for the most part, we get kids that are really academically oriented. And so I think at this level, we don't have quite as much of the grab my bag now type of an attitude. But I do know just from my relationships with all the guys in college football that I do think that it's been lost a little bit because of NIL and the transfer portal. It's where can I go to make everything better for me? It's take care of me attitude instead of valuing the importance of a college degree. And I think that's lost. And I hate the fact that we used to be, as coaches, locked in on APR. And I know you guys know what that is.
Right.
It's advancement to degree progress on your team. And the NCAA and everything we do from a compliance standpoint, we don't even hardly talk about it.
Right.
And it used to be a very important thing from the NCAA.
Oh, that report made big news every year. every year we talked about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you heard about it in the last 3 years?
No, I haven't even thought about it.
Not a thing.
You haven't even thought about it.
No.
And what bothers me personally is the value of an education is very valuable. Just pick a school and put a number on what a full scholarship's worth.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have a daughter. She went to college, degree, the whole deal, and Dad helped pay for that. Mom helped pay for that. I know how much that costs. There's value in that degree from a monetary standpoint, but from an accomplishment standpoint. And I think that the emphasis now in collegiate athletics has really changed that. Whereas that's one of the goals and expectations I have for my position group. Get your degree, and one of the statements I make in my offensive line manual is, this is a vehicle to help you develop as a man and a person, a father, a son, whatever it may be, in the future. And it's almost like that's lost. Everything is about what can I get for myself now. And I'm with you guys.
No, that's an unbelievable answer. And you know what? The value of Weber State's degree in particular. The president of the Larry H. Miller organization was a Weber State grad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I'm engaged to one.
There you go. I mean, that's such a refreshing answer, and I hope you young people listen and realize that.
But also, it's probably hard to tell a kid when he says, "No, they're offering me $20,000 more to go." You know, like the right thing is to stay. But you also understand why saying no to $20,000 or however much the money is at that age would be really difficult, and more difficult than maybe in years past.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to use this as a vehicle here, but in my opinion, and it's coming from a coach, the NCAA needs to do something to restrict the transfer portal. I'm not saying that they can't have an opportunity to transfer, because I think there's times when they should be able to. If they get their college degree, there's a coaching change, okay? Whether it be a coach gets fired or a coach gets another job that he advances his degree, those kids should have an opportunity to go in the portal automatically. I don't have a problem with that. But when you see guys going from one school to another, that to me, it's all about this.
Yeah.
Then I'm money. And I know the NCAA is afraid of getting sued.
Yeah.
Because it's quote unquote denying a kid an opportunity. Wait a minute now. He's playing college football. He's got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right in front of him, where he's standing on the grass he's standing on. And I don't see that as a denial of an opportunity. I see that he needs to take the opportunity where they are. We have what I call the video game mantra: reset.
Right.
And
hit that reset
go again.
button.
Hit that reset. Don't fight through the tough parts of your life. It's, I'll quit and I'll go do something else. Now, that isn't right. We're not teaching them to be competitive adults. We're teaching them, it's okay. You're okay. It's all right. Wrong. That's not right. We need to push kids to fight through the difficulties to, if they're not happy, what in their situation, fight through it and accomplish the goals that you'd set prior to coming to X university, wherever it is. I think we're teaching them something wrong. That's just an opinion, and take it for what it's worth. But I had to. You guys had to.
Yeah,
to get to where you are. Mm-hmm. And to accomplish something, you have to go through those tough times. You have to fight through them, and you have to be where your feet are and grind through the tough parts of your life.
It's what being at university is supposed to be about for everyone, right? I mean, that's the idea.
Kid to an adult.
Yep, indeed. Coach, that amazing stuff.
Yeah, really
Thank
great
you
stuff.
so much.
Good luck this week.
Thanks for coming across the street, and we appreciate it. And, let me make sure we get the start time right so we can get the word out to everybody. 1 o'clock start. Be there, be square. Honor those seniors.
Yeah,
Weber
congrats to
State,
those kids.
Northern Arizona. Make sure you got your butt in those seats to cheer loud. Coach Myers, thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll close out the show live from Belliston. Coming up next, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.